2, 3 weeks. I don't know. Today, I'm going to tell a story that was told to me by my cousin, and because it's fall and winter, I actually don't have anything to do. So, enjoy some of my plants while I tell this story. So, a little backstory. Growing up, I was one of the middle granddaughters, you know. So the older and the younger set usually hung out separately. And then one time, the older granddaughters were spending the night at my grandma's house, and I actually got to go. And we were spending, it was like a little camp out. We slept in a tent in the basement, in the cold, hard, concrete floored basement. And we told ghost stories. And so my cousin, I don't know if she wants me to use her name. I don't know if she sees these. But she told the best ghost stories. And here's one. And I'll tell you at the end, actually. So if you guess, before the end, let me know in the comments what it is. Like, who wrote it? Because turns out she did not write it. I didn't know till I was in high school. But, so there was, once upon a time, there was a man who had a really rich old man who had a normal eye and a really big, bulbous, deformed type eye. And he lived alone with his butler. Well, I guess not alone then. And so he lived in this big house, and he had a butler that would, help take care of him. And the man was well loved in the town. Everybody knew him, and he was super nice, and they're like, oh, hi, Mr. whatever your name is. Oh, I don't remember the names. And so, but the butler, the eye creeped him out to the point, because when the old man slept, the one big bulbous eye did not close. And it creeped the butler out. So one day the butler decided to get rid of him, to get rid of the old man, to, get rid of the eye so he never had to see it again. And so he took his little lantern, because it was, back then when they didn't have electricity or something. And he took a knife, and at middle of the night, he quietly went to the old man's room, opened the door a crack, and held the lantern there with the light shining on the big eye. And the big eye just stared. And so the butler just stared at it for a while, decided he couldn't do it because, he couldn't kill the old man. And sorry, this Aaaaannndd is not sponsoring this, so I'm just thirsty. But hey, Aaaaannndd, if you see it and you want to sponsor it, we can do that. Anyway, so he goes back to his room and goes to bed. And this happens for the next, 2-3 nights. He'll go in the middle of the night with his lantern and his dagger, and he'll open the door a crack and shine it on the old man's eye, and he'll stand there for a good 10 minutes or so, change his mind, and go back to bed. Well, one night, the third night or something, he goes, opens the door, he does the little thing, but he accidentally dropped something. But I don't remember if it was the lantern or if he, bumped the door a little much and, knocked something over. But the old man woke up and was like, and the butler was like, oh, crap. So he just goes in there and he kills the old man. Or unalives him, I guess. Sorry, YouTube. And he cuts out the old man's eye. Eye, heart, probably both. I honestly don't remember because, I was so little when she told this story, and it's been a while since I actually read the story she was copying from. And so he cuts the old man into pieces or something, and he buries it all underneath one of the floorboards in the dining room. Puts the eye and maybe the heart or something in a jar, and puts it under there as well. And he goes back to acting like everything's normal. Excuse me. But the people in the town, they realize, hey, I haven't seen Mr. So-and-so in a while. I wonder what's happening. So I just heard the dog. So he goes, so the townspeople are like, okay, well, let's call the police. Because the butler always said, oh, he's on vacation. And, well, it's been weeks and weeks. And they're like, no, something's got to be up. So they send the cops. And so the officers go to the old man's house, knock on the door, the butler answers, and he's like, hey. And the cops are like, so where's Mr. So-and-so? And he's like, oh, he's still on vacation. And the officers are like, okay, can we come in? And Butler's like, yeah, sure. And so he comes in, and he offers them some, like, tea or some food or something. And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. So they're sitting down at the dining table. Butler's, serving them food. And they begin asking him questions. And with each question, I don't remember what the questions were, the butler is getting nervous because he's hearing thump, 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 every time he, lies as an answer to the questions. And the thumping, which is coming from under the floorboards, just keeps getting louder and louder to him. And he's afraid that the cops are going to hear it. But they keep asking him questions. He keeps lying, and the thump gets louder. The thump, 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 thump. And it's driving him nuts. Because imagine you keep hearing this thumping getting louder and louder, and nobody else seems to notice. You're going to go crazy, too. Also, he was feeling guilty. And so eventually he just screams, and he's like, I did it. I killed him. And the police are like, what? And he lifts the floorboards, and he shows them the remains and the jar with the eye and possibly the heart. And they're like, oh, wow, okay. So, he gets arrested and then probably tried and maybe executed for murder, but that's the story. That's what she told us. And she told it better, though. I'm not a great storyteller. She did she did it all creepy, and it was, in the dark, and she had a flashlight and stuff, so it was much cooler when she told it. But, so the story is, if you didn't already guess it, okay, I'm not even remembering what it's called, but it's written by Edgar Allan Poe, and along with a couple others she told that were also Edgar Allan Poe stories, like the monkey's paw, Edgar Allan Poe? She told that one too. I think that's Edgar Allan Poe. Dang, I'll have to check again. Anyway, so that's the story for today, this week. It'll be in the title. I'll have to look it up. Hey, Caesar, you want to come say hi? Come here. No? Dang, he's so mean. I was going to show you one of the shop mascots. Anyway, speaking of the shop, check out the shirt. Same color as my skin, so, probably should have chosen a different color. But, mushrooms. We have the shirt on the shop, littleartguest.com. And if you tend to shrink shirts, get a size bigger, because I shrunk it. Anyway, also, some of these plants, you can't see them, I think they're the ones up there, are actually for sale on the shop website until October 31st. There is a sale, 2023, by the way. Buy 3 plants, get them 25% off, I believe. So, buy some plants. Eventually, ooh, these are going to be coming on a shop soon too, once the roots get a bit longer. Curly-haired spider plants. Isn't it so cute? Oh, it's curly. It's not like the normal ones. It's curly-haired. Oh, it's so cute. Ah, love it. Yeah. So, that was as told by Becca. Oh, we're gonna have a new podcast coming out soon. October 31st, Halloween. And that, if you don't follow us on social media, on Instagram, mostly, that is actually going to be called The Mysterious Phenomena of the Dreadfully Explained, where you will see, or you'll hear me and my sister discuss the paranormal. Starting with cryptids, because cryptids are my absolute favorite, so see you then.